And we are live? Maybe? We should be live. I think we're live. We're live? Hello, everybody. I should get more professional at this, right? Have some sort of intro screen on this where I get excited and you know, talk about stuff. But I'm not organised like that. So let me just go on YouTube. Okay, yeah, it does appear that we are live. And we are... Yeah, I can see myself talking, so it works. Woo! God, technology, constantly changing. YouTube is constantly changing how you do things, so I'm constantly having to adjust and work out how things work. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Levi Clay, and this evening I am going to be transcribing some of the incredible Josh Smith for the second time this month. We're going to be looking at one of my favourite tunes by Josh. It's a slightly older tune called Charlie's Ray from the Still album. We're going to be transcribing a live version of it today, live at Blue Moose Radio. This is really cool, actually, and the reason this is really cool is because when I found this video, it's a great rendition of a band playing the tune. It's only got 500 views on YouTube, so virtually nobody has seen this, and that's a shame because it's a great song, a lovely performance of the song. I mean, I'm sure plenty of people have heard the song. Maybe you have heard the song if you are a fan of Josh's. Maybe not, but we will see. It's a great tune, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's a lot to learn from it. It is undeniably, I mean, just looking at the name of it, Charlie's Ray, this is so obviously a tip of the hat to Ray Charles. When you listen to it, when you listen to the chord changes, it's just, yeah, it's a wonderful tune, absolutely wonderful tune. As always, if you are watching this stream and you enjoy what you are watching, please do hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know you're watching, get involved in the comment section, and yeah, I'll be reading comments and helping you out with all of your transcription goals, seeing if I can help you learn these strange skills that I have developed. I have a very particular set of skills that make me a dream for someone like you. As always, I'm just going to say a big thank you to my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. This stream is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. If you would like to be one of those guys and download the tabs that I do today, along with all of the other cool stuff that goes up on Patreon, and just that good warm feeling inside, knowing that you are supporting a hardworking content creator. I was going to say musician, but let's go with content creator. Yeah, link to Patreon in the description. Support me for as little as $1. If that doesn't suit, alternatively, you can check out one of my books. You can see lots of them there. They, again, links below, are available on Amazon. Check them out. Your support is very much appreciated. I can speak. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. So, yeah, like I say, I am reading comments. So if anybody wants to chime in, let me know how you're getting on. It's good to know everyone's well. I will be reading those as we go. But let's take a look at this tune. So I have Guitar Pro opened on the right, of course. On the left, I have Transcribe open. I've not marked the tune out yet, so I'm going to listen to the tune with you now. And the video will be playing down here. So, yeah, this is Josh Smith, Charlie's Ray. An absolutely wonderful rendition of Charlie's Ray. Let's check it out. It's in 12/8, so it's a very slow 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Sorry, we come in there. Sorry, I paused that up. Probably didn't need to pause it there, did I? Try again. Yeah, 500 views, Richard. Okay, we'll stop there because I'm not going to sit for all 7 minutes because obviously I won't be transcribing all 7 minutes. But yeah, I really, really like this tune. And actually, you know, I picked this version because it's with a band. But give me a second. Oh yeah, he's just a master at building, isn't he? So, sorry, 2 seconds. YouTube. There is another version of this that I really liked, and you'll see why. Yeah, so there's this version. This is a really great version of the tune because the camera is on Josh for the whole thing, but he's just playing solo. It's still worth listening to because it's wonderful phrasing. You get the idea. So I was considering using that version, but I really liked the idea of doing a version of the tune with the context of time, because of course the most important aspect of transcribing, or certainly the hardest aspect, we'll go with aspect, the hardest aspect of transcribing is understanding where notes fall relative to a beat, relative to a pulse. So that version where he's in the Collins studio, his timing is good, don't get me wrong, but I think from the perspective of a student transcriber, it's a little bit harder to transcribe where the pulse is a little bit flexible. The live version that I'm doing, obviously the timing on that is much more obvious because there are drums there, so we can really hear where things are. So let's take a look at it. Not too difficult in the grand scheme of things. This isn't a difficult piece to do, and of course, this is something I picked up from Dan Smith actually. As an exercise, it's kind of worth your while when you're working on something like this, trying to guess what things are before you even transcribe it. So when I listen to this, immediately, the first thing Josh plays, I know that's an augmented arpeggio on the 5 chord. We're on the 1 chord here. The B flat, all right. That's the 3 chord, but dominant. So just picking up little things like that, like having an idea of what is likely to happen or what you think might happen. You don't even need to be right. It's just exercising the ear, right? It's just trying to improve your ability to listen to something in a more analytical way. And then when you do the transcription, you'll see if those things that you said were correct, right? That should make sense. So let's take a look at it. Nice and slow. In fact, let's get an appropriate tone. That'll be kind of important. As appropriate as you can get in Guitar Pro, of course. What should we go for? Let's go for a Les Paul neck pickup with the tube screamer rolled all the way off. And still it's a bit bright. That'll do. So I picked the right note immediately because I just know what that is. I know it's an augmented arpeggio. And we are on beat 4, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and Now, of course, this is 12/8, so it's a compound time signature. That means that we're working within a triplet framework, if you like. Each beat contains 3 eighth notes. So we're going to go. I hate putting anacrusis in Guitar Pro from the get-go, so I will put it like that from the start. Yeah, I've got a couple of people saying Stormy Monday. So now, what I would do here is I would subdivide by, it's kind of an annoying one when you're doing something in 12 because I don't really want to divide by 12. I want to. Slide in from below, yeah? Yeah. Now the reason I'm actually doing this is I want to be able to play this tune. So harmony is really important to me on this. So I will put these in, right? This is an E augmented, okay? And this is an A major chord. Hey Zero, haven't you got some AC/DC to be doing? 1, 2, 3, and. Now, this is such a slow feel. I'm deciding whether or not I want to use a 16th note shuffle for this. Is it da 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 da? It's not. It's a shuffle. Da 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 da. So if we put that shuffle in, 16th note shuffle, triplet 16ths, that will help. So yeah, beat 2 is empty, and then we come in on the last 16th note of beat 3. 1, 2, 3. These are staccato. So there's our A major line. Real simple. And from an analysis perspective, what's he playing here? Well, 5th of the chord, root of the chord, 3rd of the chord. Root of the chord, 3rd of the chord, 5th of the chord, root of the chord. Everything he plays is just the chord tones. Now this is where our chord changes. Now if you listen to that bass guitar, it goes up to that C sharp. Now I should be clear, I'm not doing that with perfect pitch. That's good relative pitch. So we'll put the chord in. So the chord will be like that. I'm just seeing if he's playing. He's not playing the 7th in there, is it? Is that? He's not hitting the da da. He's not actually playing that, but it's totally implied by the harmony. So triplet feel again. We got everything plays. Sorry, nothing on beat 1. The first 8th note. First 8th note empty. 2nd note we slide up to a note, and then that third eighth note. Remember, everything's broken down into eighth notes here, and there's 3 per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. The third eighth note in this grouping has 3 notes in it. One of them is tied over from before. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and a 1, 2, 3 and a. Of course, we're not playing the first one of those. So you have da 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 da. You'll see what I mean. See, now the tone's not bright enough, so I'll adjust that. Why can I not get the perfect? Is that perfect? You know, oh, maybe that is perfect. Okay, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Tone. I want to change the tone just a little bit. Let's try ramping up the tone on there. One and that's where we're hitting that flat 7. Da da da. So that's where we can hear that C7 sound. Da da da. Da da da. Okay, so our chord is a C sharp 7. So I put a key signature in here. Probably do. Let's put the key signature of A in. And this is I'm definitely going a little bit more depth than I normally would for a transcription here, because this isn't for a client. This is for me. This is something that I wanted to do. So I am paying a little bit more attention to the harmony because I want to learn this. So I'm thinking so far 5 chord resolving to the 1 chord, which is our A major, and then it goes to the 3 chord dominant, secondary dominant 3 chord. And I see Melissa, I don't know if she's still listening, but very familiar with playing this from playing Break of the Dawn with her. Chorus in that is same chord progression, A going to C sharp 7, secondary dominant 3 chord, beautiful chord. What have we got here? Augmented chord, yeah. Hello George. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. Oh, I should say, if you enjoy these streams and you like what I'm doing, please do share them on social media. It's a big help. It's nice when my channel gets bigger, not smaller. What are we playing here? It's a minor chord. Da 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 da. I'm gonna be really pedantic about the rhythm on this. Probably put a tempo marker in. Sorry, let me put the correct tempo marker in for this. Or a rough tempo marker. So we're going to go compute tempo. We're looking at about 37 BPM, and of course, those beats aren't quarter notes. It's dotted quarter notes. So we're going to go into our tempo. We need to change this to dotted quarter notes. And we're going to put 30. I'll put 38 in. So. Why not grace notes? Where? I need more. More information. Do you mean here? Those two notes there? Because when you put grace notes in, grace notes to me, when I read them, mean before the beat. So it happens before you play the note. Whereas in this instance, this is very much at the end of the beat. It's ba 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 da da. Oh. Ba da da ba da. It's a melody. So I want to put it. A great version of Dolomite on Levi's Rage page. Is it my version of Dolomite by any chance? Oh yeah, of course, on Levi's Rage page. Yeah, that's old. That's really fucking old. So chord change. Ba-da-da. So harmony here is interesting. Triplet. Da da da. Da da da. Archie, every time I come here, I was going to some space. I try to imagine how the 12-tone system was generated over time. I was derived from its microtonal ancestor. There's definitely interesting reading that can be done on that. I had to name check some of that for an article I had to write for someone just recently. Oh, bluesy. He's not playing it there. So he'll be playing that. Ba-da-da. That's going back to an A7 sound. Oh no. Who was it? So it was George. That I would deem as a grace note. Because it feels like they are before the beat. I hate the way multiple grace notes look in Guitar Pro though. There have been times in the past where I've literally just put one in, even though technically there are two there, because of how stupid they look in Guitar Pro. Be playing that, yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So I guess, Michael, you make a fair point there. Like technically a grace note is really on the beat, but it's in Guitar Pro it differentiates between do you want the MIDI of the grace note to start on the beat, or do you want the note that you're going to land on the beat? The terminology I'm using where I'm talking about before the beat, I'm talking about the grace notes there in these grace notes here. These feel like they come in a fraction before this note is played, before that seventh fret note is played. So they lead into it. Whereas in this example here, it felt like a distinct melody. Subtle difference and open to interpretation. I'm not right, you're not wrong. It's just occurred to me that my screen is cutting some off, isn't it? So I can probably put more on screen like that. There you go. Way. hitting all 3 notes there? Are we hitting the Yep. Okay. So again, putting the harmony in. Look at what that grace note is doing. It's unbearable. It's disgusting. Okay. Let's try and bring the score proportions down. 1.38. Yeah, look, it just the grace notes just ruin things in Guitar Pro. So I'm just gonna have to do that, even though there's an additional grace note in there. You see how it just makes it unreadable. I mean, technically speaking, in Guitar Pro, you have an acciaccatura and a poggiatura. It calls them grace notes on the beat and before the beat, but the difference between those two things in terms of like application in a classical sense is an appoggiatura technically lasts for half the value of the note that you're doing your grace note on, if that makes sense. You would use them more traditionally in Baroque music when notating things like suspensions and things like that, like in melodies. They'd be considered like ornamentation things. And that's my memory of things back when I studied classical music 15 years ago. So hopefully I'm right on that. UK Strings is enjoying working through my Country 100 Licks book. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of that book. I think it's still my favourite. Sorry, so I was putting harmony in, wasn't I? So what we have here is... So the bass definitely hits this F sharp, right? So and Josh is playing an F sharp minor triad here. So we definitely think this is an F sharp minor chord, right? But then the bass drops down again. And Josh is playing I don't know if I want to think of that as being like it's like an F sharp 7 sharp 5. I mean, Josh is obviously just playing a triad, so really it's like an F augmented. Let's just put an F augmented in there. Because technically Josh is playing an F augmented. This is an A. That's going to be a D chord, right? Yeah. Oh, that's straight. Now that's a fucker, right? Because he plays these 2 eighth notes completely straight. And there's no way that you can really do that in Guitar Pro other than putting... And then the MIDI won't play it straight. Heterorhythms. That's going to be our diminished chord on the E flat diminished. It's going to swing it. It's going to sound terrible. Oh no. I think I might even quantize that because it's so... And we'll have... Yeah, so... No. I'll put this in a second. Of course, I'm doing this blind, right? I can't see where he's playing, so and I'm not using my guitar, which makes my life difficult. That would make sense if it's just straight diminished. He's not hitting that. So what I would do for this, I'm going to quantize it and put it in as a tuplet, 4 in the space of 3. It's not quite, because the first one is played a little bit longer than the rest of them. But I think counting that, you'd be okay thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting in my own head here now. SS, you get it, man. Had Guitar Profile, the license ran out, and now I use MuseScore. Definitely recommend. It can read guitar profiles. Don't hit the like button, you goddamn freeloaders. Why would I encourage you to do that? When you can head on over to Patreon and become a wonderful supporter. Link in the description. I'm not even going to roll the credits. I was being funny. So it'll be the same thing, which will be... Oh no. Why is, why Guitar Pro doesn't do that correctly, I don't know. Well, I do know, because Guitar Pro is useless. So an E flat diminished 7 here. Bass note. Back to my A. No. We're on an E. Ba da da ba. To be an E minor to an F sharp minor. I haven't saved, but that's because I'm a wild man, and I like to live life on the edge. This is a 1 chord with the bass player playing the 5th in the bass. Yeah. That's just made apparent by what Josh is playing. This is so obviously A vocabulary rather than E minor vocabulary. So this will be A over E with the bass player moving up. And we'll play... Does he play that voice in there? I guess I can check his fingering. Sorry. Oh no, he's in higher inversion. No, not higher inversion. Higher string set. There. Put an accent on it. I don't usually put accents in transcriptions. Don't usually put them in transcriptions. So F sharp minor. This is our 6th chord. K Cook's music. Transcribe. You need to go on Transcribe's website, and there is a plugin for Transcribe called GStreamer. And then you download videos from YouTube using whatever download app you like. Plenty of free ones online, and yeah, do it like that. So I tell you what, I'm going to save this now. So this isn't going to go there. This is other stuff for other people. This is going to go into my Patreon folder because I will be putting this up for people to download. Josh Smith, Charlie's Ray. Yeah, I think the moose head is what's done it. Yeah. Now I know he arpeggiates this chord, which is helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to quantize that, but I'm going to use. Is he playing the B there? If we listen to what the bass player. Okay, so it's an F13. I just want to quantize it because I can't be asked. So I'm quantizing. We're putting a tuplet in. Hashtag fucking deal with it. I don't want to be here all night. And we know he's E7 sharp 9. Da da da. Flat 9. So F13 to E7 sharp 9. So A7. I don't own any hats, or do I? I'm completely telling a lie. I know I've got an Ormsby hat. I don't know where that is, though. I don't wear hats. Again, I'm quantizing. Ba da da da. Ooh, da 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 da. Fucking quantize. I might have to tweak that a little bit because I don't like it. I mean, it's worse when the it's too straight, isn't it? Not straight, but you know, evenly spaced. Okay, let's have a listen. Sorry, chords, so A7, and then let me listen to the bass. Sorry, ba, ba, da, da, da. Oh, SS, thank you very much. I appreciate the super chat. That's the first super chat I've had on YouTube in, I don't know, a year. So what would I be thinking if I was playing these chords? Kind of want to grab a guitar, don't I? Ba da 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 da. Singing them. Is the 3/2 thing there just a pain? 3/2 thing. The 4/3 thing? Or I'm not sure what you're referring to. Okay, let's take a listen. So. Well, while I agree with you that that this is worth $5, do you know a better place to spend your $5? Do you know? If you head on over to Patreon right now, link in the description, you'll be able to get access to the transcription that I'm doing. You can download it at the $5 level, along with every other transcription that I've ever done for Patreon. I should be clear about that. I've done thousands of transcriptions in my life now, professionally now. I've been transcribing professionally for 10 years. So not every transcription I've ever done, but anything you see me transcribing on YouTube as a Patreon thing, you can download it on my Patreon. So head on over, $5 will get you all of that stuff. And it's a great way to keep the channel going. So while I do appreciate SS's support, you can be even cooler and get even more, like private lessons, access to my private groups, all that good stuff. If that doesn't suit, go and buy one of my books. It's all appreciated. Cunts. All right, let me read some comments. Yeah, just wondering if you simplified that rhythm just because it's simple to do with. I simplified that rhythm because I want to get on with the transcription. I want to do more of the song rather than spend ages and ages and ages umming and ahhing about slow 12/8 rhythms. That would be my answer to that. A pint of ice cream is a good second option. I could go for some ice cream. I could totally go for some ice cream. Thanks for that, Jeff. Yeah, big old tease. Get me excited about ice cream. And obviously, because we're in lockdown here, everything's closed. So I can't just go and get ice cream now, which sucks. To be fair, ice cream is probably the last thing I need. Anyway, to prove my point, I did say I wanted to get on with the transcription. So why don't I get on with the transcription? I do. So Papa Emeritus said, "How do you figure out those extended chords so quickly?" And I really glazed over the answer to that. It's a few things, isn't it? It's first of all, it's experience. That's primary, right? I have to emphasize that. I'm currently, for anyone that's following me on Instagram or socials in general, I'm learning piano at the moment. I'm taking it really seriously. I'm having a fucking great time. Like, I'm really enjoying playing the piano. Can't wait to finish this stream so I can go in the house and play piano. It's exciting, but I'm not a pianist, right? So if I listen to a pianist playing and they play an interesting chord, there is no hope in hell of me instinctively knowing what that chord is. Whereas on the guitar, because I know chord voicings, because I play so many chord voicings, there are some that I'm just so familiar with that when I hear someone play them, I know them. The example I always go to, and I'm looking for a standard tuned guitar next to me, but I don't have one. My Telecaster's up there. If I play like the Hendrix chord, the 7#9, I tend to find with most blues rock guys, if I play that chord, they immediately know what it is and they can play it. So for me, because my chord palette is a little bit wider than the average guitar players might be, when I hear a chord voicing like this, I know what it is. That's my answer. Outside of that, singing it is useful as well. So that's how I work on that. And you might have seen me doing that a few times today. I was singing bits and pieces. So, oh, Leon, I tell you what. Seeing as Leon's here, I'm going to put the song on from the start so Leon can hear this, because I know that if anyone's going to appreciate this, it will be Leon. Oh, sorry, my bad. Costas, what's wrong with first beat of the first bar? Oh, what? Check now. No, that's fine. Yeah. So Papa, hearing chords and singing them, like when we get to the chord that he plays here. Nope, timing is spot on that. If anything, mate, you could be pickier about this. The timing there is off, and the timing there is off. That's out of laziness, but that's definitely how you'd write that. But you know what? I like to be challenged, so let me put a marker in there, and I'll come back to it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ba-do-da, ba-do-da. I mean, he's a little bit lazy. You could make it a triplet. Maybe you could make it a triplet. But in terms of writing it on a page, that's definitely how I'd write it. Yeah, that's how I'd write it. There's when the tempo is as slow as this. I think there's a lot of stuff in here that and I keep pointing this out, because this bit bugs me. Just seeing it bugs me. We could probably be a little bit more detailed with the rhythms in terms of how they're being played, but I think there's a huge difference between the amount of detail that you'd put on the page versus the amount of detail that you would have when playing it. When you're playing something that's at 38 BPM, dotted quarter notes. Like, this is really fucking slow. So laying back on things, I think that's an interpretation thing rather than the way you would write it on a page, because you just end up writing things that are unreadable. I don't think you're wrong. Like, you have a point with it. You're totally right that is a hair late, but not so much that I'd want to put, like a 64th note tie on. Yeah. Anyway, back to the chord. I'm going to answer Papa Emeritus. So when I hear this chord, I can sing each note in it. Oh, is he hitting that note on the top? Oh, okay. So the ninth isn't in there. Yeah. So I don't. I mean, it looks like he's finger. I'm leaving it in there because it certainly looks like he's fingering it. Oh, fuck's sake! Why can't I write? Again, this is not that straight. I'm not going to bother writing straight in there. That's a good point that you've made there, Overdrive Guitar Channel. You could agonise over writing timing like that forever. Probably plays it different all the time. He does play it different all the time. What I'm really looking for with this is, like I say, I want to learn the tune. I don't want to learn this version of the tune. I want to understand the tune, the harmony of the tune, and the melody that's in the tune. And what I'm really looking for is like a lead sheet approach to the tune. How do you do this sort of thing for much more dense recordings with a lot of dense detuned chords? I do not want to touch anything with dense detuned chords. There's your answer, Nathan. Because there's too much guesswork involved. Of course, that's the magic three chord dominant. So again, I should put 2 grace notes there. He really plays 4, 5, 6 there, but Guitar Pro just makes it look shite when you do it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And we're not bothering to even try and capture the. And you could, couldn't you? The fascinating thing about transcriptions is you could put dynamic marks on everything. You could put a literal velocity marking on every single note to give you an idea of how heavily the string has been struck. But then you're just getting into nerd territory. And I'm not a fucking nerd. Well, actually I am. But now I should be able to move a little bit faster. That's cool. Oh, nice. The guitarologist is online. How's it going, brother? The program will let me do 2 times grace notes. So I had them up here. If you take a look at this, look what it does when I do it. So 5, 6. It crams them together so tight like this that you can't read it. And like if I got silly again and put like another one in there, you just get this series of infinite regress in the grace notes where they just shift back rather than the program being designed well enough so the notes spread out. Yeah, it just makes a fucking ass of everything. So, because Guitar Pro is dumb. Because of course, I mean, to be fair to it, at the end of the day, it isn't a score writing program. I would fucking hope that we're all nerds in here. Sitting nerding out, transcribing slow 12/8 jazz blues stuff. Yeah. Reasonably comfortable transcribing simple lead lines, but usually struggle figuring out the underlying chords. Start by singing them more. So the advice that I'm giving you there is based on me interviewing Mike Stern and talking with Mike Stern a few times actually about transcription, because I know he transcribed a lot when he was younger, and of course transcription is something that's very important to me and it always was. So I asked Mike about transcriptions and he showed me some of his handwritten transcriptions of things that he'd done, and he talked about the ideas when he was younger, and the first things he started transcribing was Joe Pass stuff, and he would learn these like Joe Pass solos that Joe would play, and then Joe would put chords in the solos, like chord melody type things in the solos, and Mike couldn't work out what the chords were, so in his transcriptions he just transcribed what the highest note of the chord was, so the melody note of the chord, and didn't worry himself with it. He knew he would come back to those types of things, but that was a good thing to do because he didn't spend hours and hours and hours agonizing over one chord. He continued on, and his ear kept developing and developing and developing, but also at the same time there is a skill in that. There is a skill being able to hear one note, just one note on the top of the chord and identify it. If you can do that, that's relatively easy. If you can do that, fantastic. Do that. Then try doing the same thing for the lowest note in the chord. If a chord has 4 notes in it and you can hear the lowest note and the highest note, what's the chances that if you can hear the lowest note and the highest note that you could sing the voicings in the middle? Or you could play the lowest note and the highest note on your instrument and then fill in what those other 2 notes are likely to be. Trial and error from that point, right? So, consulting the programmers. They don't like me. They don't like me at all, mate. So I kind of need to do it here. And I think I'll get away with it because it can't regress back to a note. It won't get in the way of a note. Da 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 da. You know, I know what that is because I've played it a lot. I've played that phrase. That I do that all the time on my chords. Am I their biggest advertisement, Costas? Go on Google, go on YouTube and type in Guitar Pro 7 review. The biggest, the most watched review of Guitar Pro 7 is my review, and it's titled Guitar Pro 7, Should You Buy It? And it's a video of me ripping into the program and saying how ashamed they should be that it was released in the state that it was released in. I won't listen to the bass part here. Sorry. So he we're going back to A. Yeah. So we've got an F sharp minor. This is still an F augmented. Yes, it is going to do that here, where as soon as I start adding more notes in this bar, that's going to crush down to the point where it looks dumb. The only reason I still use Guitar Pro is because it's fast. You can't work as fast in any other program. Since you're still using it and suggesting improvements. Well, that is true, but I mean, they're dead to me. They are dead to me. I used to work for them, not in program development, but providing transcriptions for them. And I don't anymore. I've even done live streams for them, actually, using the software, showing people how to use the software. So I'm a big fan of the software, and I would love for the software to be better. I was a beta tester for it, right? And they sent me out my beta invitation, and I sat down one night, and for 3 hours I sat down with the program and I wrote an essay for them of all the things that were great, but all the things that needed improving to bring it up to an acceptable professional standard. Because I have to use this software professionally, and there's stuff like this where I literally can't provide the transcription the way it needs to be for in a professional context, and these things need to be fixed, right? But I didn't mind. I was happy to donate my time to them to help them make the best program that they could possibly make, right? So I sent them all of this feedback. Then they launched the program, the actual public version of the program, 2 days after I sent them an email. They didn't even bother fucking... I don't know why they even sent me the test, but it pissed me right off, because I donated my time to these motherfuckers to help them make the best program that they possibly could, and they weren't interested in my opinions after asking me for my opinions. No, fuck them. Sorry. See, the more notes I add in this bar, the more ridiculous this is going to look. Yeah, he's not putting the 7 in the chord. How's it starting to look now? Starting to look worse and worse as we go, right? I mean, look, I can't submit that. I can't give this to someone. I can't hand this off to somebody and say, hey, here's the professional work I've done for you. So the only way around it is to do that. Even though there's an additional grace note in there in the middle. Hate it. Outputting audio, you have to restart to get... Yep, all the time. Yeah, it's offensive that the word pro is in the title. It's actually embarrassing that I use this software professionally. And honestly, the only reason I use it professionally is because as much as I hate it, it's fast. You can work really fast in it. As always, guys, if you are enjoying this stream, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button. That's interesting. So if you look back at the first chorus, it's that part there, and he also played that straight there. So he always plays that straight. I wouldn't. No, I just wouldn't do that, because the whole point of using Guitar Pro is the usability functions of this. For clients, for customers, for people that want me to transcribe something, they want to learn it. You know, they want the end usability of being able to import it into Guitar Pro and hit play. So same idea here. I'm even going to go as far as making the slide into that the same as before, because I'm lazy. I'm going to finish this chorus, guys, then I'm leaving. So this is going to be D, E flat diminished. Going to go to the A, A7, and then to the, it's not, sorry, it's A over E, isn't it? And then F sharp minor. That's actually a really good example of a grace note on the beat. Do not waste your time with Chop Builder. Chop Builder is a dangerous piece of a dangerous video, or it certainly was for me when I was younger and didn't know any better. So he doesn't actually play this, but I'm putting it in. The reason I say it's a dangerous video, I'll tell you why. Hang on. The reason it's a dangerous video is because Frank explicitly says that you should build up to being able to play this video from start to finish. You should do this workout multiple times a week, right? You cannot do that video from start to finish once, let alone multiple times a week, right? You will give yourself carpal tunnel doing that. The video itself wasn't filmed in one long take, and there are sections in the video. Dave Hill is one of the guitar players in the background. There's two guys that play behind Frank as like his exercise people. There are moments in that video where even they have to stop while playing because their arms are hurting, right? It's very irresponsible to suggest that, like an exercise video, you should do this from start to finish, because you'll damage yourself. There used to be a Facebook group called Frank Gambale's Chop Builder Accountability Group, and there was a bunch of people that were trying to be able to do this video from start to finish, and no one ever came close. Dangerous. So I'm just singing the chord when I hit that. Well, we get to check the notes now, right? So. Where does he play this? That's a cool lick. So F13 to E7 sharp 9 to A7. Love that. That's me done. He just, you know what I mean? Like, he's so quiet there. Da 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 da. It feels wrong even notating it, even putting the notes there, because they're so quiet, they're basically not there. But he is playing. I don't know if Frank could do it, but he certainly didn't in the video. Some of it's filmed at night, some of it's filmed during the day. Sweet. So, let's take a listen. Nice and slow. See, I've just noticed here. See, it's done it with these grace notes here. It's made them completely fucking unpalatable. Completely unpalatable. Like, I can't live with that. I can't fucking live with that. It looks ridiculous. Supposed to be over here being a pro, and these assholes have got me looking like a fucking clown. Look at it. Fucking look at it. You know, and it's just workarounds, isn't it? Like, I can work around it if I put in like a slide from below, but it's not really what he's doing. Ugh. Okay, right. That's my rant for the evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, I always stream on the last Saturday of the month. So I will be back to stream again on the, what's that, 27th of February. But of course, I'm sure I'll probably pop up between now and then. And the best way to make sure that you find out when I pop up between now and then is to make sure that you've hit that subscribe button. It is a big help. Please do it. It's very much appreciated. Yeah. And if you want to be, you know where I'm going with this, right? If you want to be one better than that, if you want to do even better than subscribing, press the wrong button. Head on over to the link in the description. Check me out on Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, that really fucking helps. Now, you don't need to be a big swinging dick $50 guy. Though, of course, that would get you a private monthly lesson with me, which is a great use of your time. As I'm sure Leon Barron, right, I see you there, can attest to, not contest, attest to. So, yeah, have a monthly lesson. Join my monthly study club streams that I've not done in a while. Get your name in the credits. Or for as little as $5, you can download, there's over 100 transcriptions now that I've done. Join my private Facebook groups. And of course, head on over to Amazon, check out one of my books. It is a big fucking help. Tap nightmares, Levi, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Brad. I appreciate it. Ding that bell, yeah, ding that bell. That's that is appreciated. That's all helpful. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you've I hope you have enjoyed it. So Brad makes a good point. It defeats the purpose of transcribing if it's not what he's doing. Kind of true and not true at the same time. It is true, but it depends how much detail you want to put into a transcription. There's certainly a lot of interpretation-y type things that are always a little open to interpretation. And of course, I could have been less picky with this. Like, any time where a bar is essentially too cramped in Guitar Pro, I could elect to have one measure per line, and that would solve that problem immediately. But I didn't want to. Is the 50 supposed to help the swinging? I'm not entirely sure what that means. Aren't you supposed to be transcribing AC/DC? Oh, seriously, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed this. I'll be back to do another one of these soon, but it is late. It is 20 past midnight here, and I've got to be up in 9 hours to do a Guitar Souls podcast, and you can bet I'll probably still be wearing this t-shirt in it. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you for another stream soon. Goodbye.